Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we're going to make a whole bunch of little pair of earrings that I'm going to use for my free gift giveaways. I haven't made any for a while, and I think I only have one left in my bin, so we need some. So let's turn down, and I'll show you the odds and end things that I use to make these, and we'll start designing a few pair and get them going. Here I have a couple of packages of my glass beads I use for these, and then I have also got a whole bunch of acrylic beads, as well as some ear wires. Now I get a lot of these ear wires in bead packs. These were from Beadbox Bargains, these two. These were from Thunder Horse Descendant and a gift from them. And then I've got all of these were from Softflex in their kits. Well, I don't use this type of ear wires, so I've just been sitting them aside. But I do use them when I make freebie ones. So I also have some ball head pins in gold. And there's another little set in gold. I've got plenty of gold, I don't need those. I have some copper ball head pins, and I have some just regular head pins. I have some brass or bronze. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these because they won't allow me to do, they're too small to put any very much beads on and then do a wrapped loop, which is what I usually use. So if I were to use these, we would need to do simple loops, so I probably won't use those. And then I have a pile of silver ones out here as well. These are regular head pins, they do not have the ball. So just going to sort of set these aside until we decide on our beads, because, well, we have to know what colors and stuff we're making before we worry about what we're going to use those for. And I will, of course, want to get some little daisy spacers before we go on. But we can design some things here. I usually only use like two regular size beads, or maybe 3 or 4 if they're tiny. So like these, I could put like these guys at the bottom, and maybe these gold bicones above it. If I wanted, I could even put this ball spacer in here instead of a different spacer. Though this one looks like it's metal, and these look like they're probably plastic. But I still could use them like so. And if I wanted to, I could even use a regular gold ball spacer or a different kind of spacer. I will probably get a daisy spacer. I'm afraid the ball would fall through this hole. So then I have these 2 gray ones, and I have the purple here. They could go with the gray. So there's a small pair of earrings right there. I have some these acrylic pavés. I'm not sure if we have any mates in here though. I don't think we do. They all look to be slightly different. Well, this set might be. This bigger pair right here might be. They look like they are. We can use those for a pair. And then I usually use some stuff from out of here and out of those. And again, from out of my stash here. Now, if I use these, I usually don't use my pretty ones over here. I use these more dull colored ones over here. So we could get a couple of pair of these out, like this one is a pair. And maybe one of these pair of pinks. And these gray. But of course we'll have to find some beads to go with those if we're going to use those. Now, like I said, I have all kinds of acrylic beads here, but I also have this little dish of odds and end little pieces down here that I will use sometimes for my little pieces, but we have to find mates, and a lot of these don't have mates anymore. I've used them, so we got to see if we can find mates for stuff. Well, there's a little set of blue hearts. We can use those. There's some red tulips, though this one actually looks like it's a little bit smaller than the other one. We'll see if we can find a different one that will go with it better. There's these little blue flowers. They're the kind that go like this, though, but we still could put them in because we can use 3 or 4 beads if we're using the smaller beads. Here's another one of these. See if we have any more of these blue flowers. Oh, there's some blue butterflies. 2 of them right there, together almost. There's another set of the little blue butterflies. I saw another one. Where'd it go? There it is. And there's pink butterflies in here too. There's some more little blue hearts. More pink butterflies. Here's these little beads in striped blue. And here's a couple in pink. Two in green. Now I have some more pairs of things in here. Oh, here's some, there's another tulip, and I think this one goes better with this one. But I saw another little dark, like this color, butterfly. There we go. Okay, so we got quite a few little guys there, as well as here, and like I said, we've got other pave beads and other acrylic beads if we want to go to that way. Now, if I use these, I'm thinking they want to go make a little bow. Go like this. So I've got quite a few of those. Probably want something over the top. Come here. This square goes this way. I thought it went. Well, it still might work. Let's see. Do we have another one? Yep. So we could put those like those. We'd want a little bead, another little bead to go on them to bring them together. This would be one of my bigger pairs, I think. These I think will go together, but I will either need to find another little ball spacer or get some different spacers here. Those two purples right there will go together. I was hoping to find another orange one in here, though there might be one of those in here. If there is, I can see it right there at the top. There we go. There's an orange one. These two little orange paves are about the same, so we could put those together. So we're going to have to, now I have to decide how I want to do these little guys here. I'm thinking, do I really want to just have those, or do I want to combine them with like maybe one of these little sets of butterflies, like so? That would be cute. I like that. So that looks good. We'll go with this for one. I'm not sure about this one. It's looking a little big, but we still might go with it. We'll have to decide. Can go over here with this buddy here. Now these can go together, except for they do have to have some spacers. Unless I decide to put something different with the gray beads, like I could put these little butterflies with it. And maybe a ball spacer or something on top. So I think we're definitely gonna go with this pair, but I'm thinking I want to put something more on the top up here, like a ball spacer or something. These are good. They just need some spacers between, as well as, you know, this pair. So that's two pair. I think we're going to use these guys. If we use these, they'll have to be paired up with either some of these guys or maybe this, but if I put that with this, we still need something for the top. I prefer this smaller bead to this bigger bead with these, but oh, I got an extra one here because I don't have any more of those. Maybe the little blue heart would look cute on top. Yeah, that would work. Oop. I'm sort of wanting to use this and this, but I'm not sure I like this one up on top. It seems too big. Well, maybe not, but I just don't think I want to use it. We have some in here that look sort of like pearls. These creamy ones right here. I like these. So let's get some of those out. Well, that would look all right there. One more. Quite a few more in there. There's two. And another two if we want to use them for something else. There's one more. There's another one. Now if we want to use these pave style ones, here's another set, but they're a greeny color. I think I like these smaller ones better than the big ones that are here, because I don't want to make really big earrings, so I'm going to put these two bigger ones back away. I'll just put them in this dish. So we've got 3 more sets of these pearl-like ones here. So I think we're going to go with these 3 anyway, and then we got to decide what else we're going to do. We've got these purple ones, which could go with like these little red butterflies. We need some tiny beads. I want something smaller. I don't really care for these that much. There is some gray ones that aren't too bad right here, just like these orange ones and purple ones. So I thought I saw 2. Where's the other one? The one looks darker than the other one by quite a bit. But that appears to be the only 2 of those kind in here. That's weird. But I don't see any more. I do have a cool speckled one, but I think there's only one. Package is back in the drawer because I think we've got all the little beads we want to use out here, unless I want to get some more of those little ones there. We'll see what we can find. And I think we have anything more that we're going to use from any of our other packages here. So we're going to put those back. And we're going to start matching these up some more and getting them put together. What we're going to do is we've got this set, this set, this set. Debating this set. And we need to see if we've got some more beads we can use. We do have some more blue hearts. Don't know if we need those. We have some more pink butterflies. And we have some brown hearts. But we'll just see what we can do with this stuff. Oh, I paired these all up. I don't think we're going to use the green pave. I've got some little daisy spacers in silver. So we're going to start with silver. And we'll put one at the bottom because some of these beads have relatively large holes and we don't want our pieces to fall out. So we'll just going to just put these on here. Now this one is not going to give me a lot of room for wrapping, but it does give me some. But I'm just going to make a tiny little bend here. Actually, I may have to do a simple loop on this one or change the bottom bead because it's a little big, or get some different pieces here. But this is how this one's going to look. I think I need a bigger wire though, so we're not going to go on to the next one with that. I'm going to work on these little ones to start with, all the ones over here. And I'm always going to start with a spacer because we have got these pieces and some of them have bigger holes and we don't want them to slide right off. So I'm going to just so we'll get these all put together. Come here, you're supposed to be over here. I think this one's big enough. So, but we want about that much space for doing a wrapped loop. If you need to do a simple loop, if that's what you prefer, that's also fine. You don't have to make a wrapped loop. I just like a wrapped loop. I've always thought it made them be a little more secure. Now, as I say, this particular pair here is going to need bigger wires, so I will get a couple more of different ear wires out, or head pins, before we do them up. But I'm just going to assembly line putting these ones on their wires. I will probably want to get some different spacers for when I decide I want to go to a different color per se. Let's go with these ones with silver. I do want these on silver, but those just are not big enough. think I want some of these pieces I've got put together here on gold. The silver isn't bad, but I think I prefer them on gold. So I'm going to get some gold spacers, and I will get one of some longer wires for these while I'm at it. I got a couple of long silver ones, and I've got some spacers in both. Well, these are gold, but these are rose gold, but they look copper enough that they're going to work with copper stuff, I think. So I'm going to get some of my gold wires out. Oops, there's one. So I think I want these little guys on either gold or copper, and this one down here should be on gold also because it's got that gold colored piece at the top there. This wire's in really crappy shape, so it's got to bend right here, so I'm gonna take my flat nose and just sort of straighten it up some. So there we go. So now we're going to put this one together. See? Whoa! My spacer wasn't there for some reason. Let's see if it holds this time. Yep, it will. I must have knocked my spacer off or something. The bead's now on the floor. Have to fetch that. So that's this little one. Oop, now we have the pin on the floor too. I'm going to go with a copper for one of these guys. I think we're at this little one here. So we got this. Then I'm going to go to this bigger blue. This one goes down here. This one stays up here. The copper again. The little pink one. And then the butterfly. So there we go for this one. Oh, I used gold wire with copper stuff. Oh well, since I did it once, I better do it again, or I need to pull that back off, one or the other. So there's number 2 of our flower and butterfly. So we've got these 2 in the silver. This one's going to be in the gold. This one's in the, well, it's copper and gold because I forgot to change that out. This one is going to be like this. get some of the copper. I like that. This copper's a little stiffer, but that's all right. It still works. Okay, now I'm also going to put this set of flowers, I think, on the copper. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wound up. This one is for here. And I think this one may have to be, these may have to be silvers, because I think they're going to be longer again. Let's try and see how long it's going to end up being. Come on, you go on there. Now this is what they call either a barbell or a dog bone bead. Though this one actually might have done good with the gold because of the coloration, but it looks all right. Okay, we've got these all wrapped up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pairs. So next step is to wrap our loops. So we'll get our bell making pliers out and start doing that. Up and around and over. Bring her down, bring her over. And then we'll just go right down the line. Every one of them needs this wrap. And I'm just going to assembly line these, so we're just going to do them in a row like this. So, oops. And I'll just drop them into a little pile as I'm doing until we get them, till we start the next phase, which will be wrapping them up, and then we'll have to put on our ear wires, of course. And we got 3 different colors of ear wires here. I'm fairly positive I have all 3 colors in my pieces here. There's gold, copper. There's only there may only be one. No, I think there's 2 sets of copper in there, which is good because I think that's what I have is 2 sets of copper here. Got 2 different styles of gold, the little one with the loop and the one with the ball. I have lots of these, so who knows which ones we'll use. And I have 2 different kinds of the silver as well. This is the one with the little ball and loop on it, and these are the ones with the ball. I may just use just these. And the same with these. So we'll put the extra up there so they're not in our way. And now some of these are not going to have much of a wrap on them, like this one, but I think it'll be enough to make it worth doing. Now if you wanted to, and you've got smaller wires and you don't want to make a wrapped loop, you can always make a simple loop, and if you got a one-step looper, you can use that, so that would help to make your loop. Oops, come on, you went weirdly on me. Gotta figure out what I got going on here because it weirded out. Put it around it over. There we go. I think we got it. This copper's a little stiffer than I expected it to be. Copper usually isn't that stiff, but yeah, it'll be all right. So now we just need to wrap all these babies up. So we'll just start with, just grab one and start. Now this one is that copper, and I said it was stiff. I think this might be actually a stainless steel pin that's been copper colored because of the stiffness of it. And if it becomes really difficult, doesn't want to pull around, then what I tend to do is just take my pliers and go like this and do what I call the push me. So we'll just push it all the way around till it's in place. That last little bit's going to be difficult, it says. So we'll just have to get that. Come on, you just got this little tiny bit. There we go. So there's that one. Now let's find its mate. There it is. We'll get it done. And so I'm going to divide these up into colors as I'm going along here today, because we do want, of course, we've got the special different. Now what did I knock over? I don't know. I'll find it later. We have got colored ear wires for all of these. Well, I only have 2 pair of copper, so hopefully I only have 2 pair that need copper. But this one is determined to be a pain in my rear. Come on, stop trying to get loose. Obviously, it's time to start pushing instead of pulling. Now, if you need to, you can also use flat nose pliers on this, though you have to be more careful because you have now got a tighter spot to get into, and you don't. And your flat nose, of course, are heavier than your chain nose. Ugh. There we go. So there's our first pair of copper ones. Now we'll just grab one of the other pair and get working on those. Here we go with some silver ones. Now these are ones with the longer wire. And because they do have the longer wire, of course, we're going to have to trim them. I let that slip down more than I wanted it to. And I'm going to trim it right here. And I'm using my heavier clippers because I don't know if these... Nope, it doesn't want to go in there. So let's get my little guys here that like to go into tighter spots. Even so, it's giving me problems. Oh, come on, you. Clip off. It's funny, I can see that it's... There we go. Came to see me there. Now, when you tuck these, you got to be careful. This one is a glass piece at the top now, as opposed to the other one was an acrylic pearl. So, there's one of those. And it doesn't really matter which one you grab. Just grab one and go to town. And you can, and as you finish them up, when you're doing multiples like this, as you finish them, then you can match them up. Tip is better on the regular ones. There we go. So that's that one. So now you can do these if you feel comfortable with your fingers like I'm doing them, or you can use your pliers to do these. I generally use my pliers because I'm more comfortable using my pliers. You don't have to. Like I said, if you are comfortable with using your fingers, go right ahead and use your fingers. Now there's that pair ready for its ear wires. We'll just do a couple more and then we'll be just gotta... Now that one slipped a little bit on the wire here. See how that's down some? Sometimes you can just take, and as you're wrapping, wrap it just around and then push it, and sometimes it will push the wire up into place. Now if you catch it in time, you can always just move it up yourself, either with your fingers or with your pliers. This one is going to be difficult. It looks like it doesn't want to do anything here. This one may end up getting redone because I do not like this top at all. It looks really bad. So we'll just go on and work on some of the other ones. And if I do decide to redo it, well, then I'll just redo it. I should have, once I noticed it doing that, I should have just gone and fixed it right then and there, and I didn't. So that's on me. See, it just did it again here on this one. So I'm going to take my fingernail and just push it up so that it's right there beside its pal. And this one looks so much different. And I think this is the same one as this one. So yes, it is. So I am going to redo that one because see how the difference in the tops. See how this one looks really nice and clean, and this one's got this big gap right here, and that is unacceptable to me. So we will put it aside. We'll get a new wire out and redo that in a minute. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep wrapping these up and until I have them all wrapped up. Oops, bent it. There, that's better. So we got quite a few more to do here. And as soon as we have these all done, then we will go on to putting on our ear wires, and they will be finished. Now, like I said, sometimes I prefer using my pliers to do these because I think they wrap a little cleaner quite frequently. So I'm gonna take over using, see, that one just slid too. That's unacceptable. So we'll move that up. There we go. And I dropped it. Now, one thing when you're wrapping these kinds that have the little hole in the middle, like this one is, you want to make sure when you cut it off and you get it as close as possible so you don't have to have much tucking, because you have a chance of breaking the bead if you have to do a lot of tucking. So there's those two. Now this one is the one that needs to be replaced. We have this one here, and that's this one. So we might as well get it done. Now, like I say, here I am with my fingers again when I said that I actually should be doing it with my pliers. Now I'm going to turn this butterfly a little bit if I can get it to turn, so that I can get this really close. But I got to be careful. I don't want to accidentally catch my top, which I have done before. And when you do, say bye-bye to your top, because you'll cut it off if you're not careful. So there we go. There's 4 of the pair, and we have all of these little ones now yet to do. So we can grab any of these and just start on them. Now I'm going to do the littler ones with my pliers because I've got less tail here. And we want to make sure that we have enough tail to work with. And if you're using your fingers, sometimes you'll find that you have to work at it a little bit harder because, well, just because. This one wants to go down, and I don't want it to, so we'll push it back up. And it wants to come out of my pliers too, so another thing we'll have to not allow it to do. I think we're about done wrapping this one, so we'll get it trimmed off and tuck it in. So now this one's tucked, see how it turned a little to the back? So just when that happens, just take your pliers and just push it back up the way it should be. And this one is also a little turned to this direction, so I'm gonna just straighten everything up there. So there's this first one of these. Okay, now we're gonna cut this one loose so we can replace it, this one where it's wonked out here at the top. And we will, I have a new wire for it right here. And we will put it on and then we will wrap it up. And hopefully it won't give us problems like the last one did. And then we'll be on to our last step, which is of course putting all our ear wires on. So up and over and around, bring it down, bring it over. And we'll grab it with our pliers and start wrapping. This time watching where this wire goes to make sure it doesn't slide down. And there we go. So now we'll cut this baby, the excess loose, being careful not to get the loop, and tuck it in. And now this one is ready for its ear wire. So we just have to divide our golds. I think these are all golds over here. These are all silvers, and these are my copper. Oops, where's my mate to this copper one? Must be over in here somewhere. Well, let's see, that's the, oh, there it is right there. Okay, so now we need 2 sets of copper, and I think that's exactly what I have here. 1 and come on, 2. 1 and there's the 2 sets of copper. We aren't going to use any of these gunmetal. Oh, I could have done some gunmetal ones because I did have some gunmetal wires, but I didn't feel like it. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of gold, so we need 8 of these out. I think we got more than 8. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. So put the rest of these away. And now we have to figure out how many silver we need. Now, if I need more silver than what I have here, I do have quite a bit more silver. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 10 silver. One, 2, come on, you. 3, 4, and 5. And I even have 2 sets left over. So now all we got to do is put these earrings onto their wires and they will all be done. So these are pretty simple. These have a ball here. Now my loop is too small. I've made it pretty small. It won't go over the ball. So what we just do is slide it from the other side, drop it down into place, and take our pliers and put the ball right to the wire there. So again, we just go up and through the loop, and since these are not do not have front and backs, it does not matter which way you slide these on. Now if they did have a front and back, you would want to slide it in backwards so that when they came around, they would be facing the proper direction. So just slide her over and around and about. See, it's spread, not quite there. There we go. And close it up. So same with any of these. Here's the gold one. Here's one of the gold ones anyway. Like I say, it won't go. Oh, this one actually went over the ball, so we didn't have to go up and around. We can just slide it down. See if this one will do the same. This little guy's a little crooked, it looks like, so we'll straighten him up. Will he go over the ball too? No, he won't. So that one obviously had a slightly bigger loop. So up and over and close it up. So that's what we're going to do with all of them. Just up and over the loop until, unless the ball, it will go through the ball. You can test. See, this one did. I thought it looked like it was a little bigger. Close it. Test. This one went over the ball also. Close it. So that's how we're going to do all of these. So we'll just grab a set and then an ear wire. Test to see if it'll go over the ball. This one does. So close it. Same with this. Now this one isn't going to go over the ball. I can tell the loop is a little smaller. So over around the wire, bring her down and around, and now close it. And we're just going to do that with all of them. So here they are, all finished. Now I had to re-open, the copper wires were already closed, so I had to carefully open those up. To do that, you put your pliers in here, take hold of it, and just open it up just enough to slide your earring piece in, and then you close it back up. So we have now got 4 pair with gold, 2 pair with copper, and 5 pair with silver. Aren't those pretty? Now, there's our 11 pair of small earrings that I made to go into for my free for my online orders. There's 1 silver pair, 2 silver pairs, 3 silver pairs, 4 silver pairs. This one is trying to escape. We're going to have to give it a little bit of a nudge, because obviously the ball's not quite matching the wire there. So that was pair number 4 of the silver, and here is pair number 5 of the silver. Now this one looks like it might have a little bit of a bend in our wire, so let's see. No, it's not too bad. So there is our 5 pair of silver. We have our 2 pair of copper, the 1 and the second one. And then we have the 4 sets of gold. 1, 2, 3, and our last pair, number 4, the one we had to redo the wire on because I messed it up. And there's that. So that's our 11 pair of earrings. I hope you enjoyed making these little guys with me. They're not hard to make. You just got to choose 2 or 3 smaller beads and put them together with some spacers, and there you go. You got them. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and all of these beads, both the acrylic and the glass, well, and the little daisy spacers too, were from my stash. And as I said, most of my ear wires were ones that I got from Softlex Company, because I don't use this type of wire normally, so I just put those aside until I'm going to make some of these, and then I use them. So there we go. There's our earrings. I hope you enjoyed making them with me. We'll see you later. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden. Bye-bye.